Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Lynnea Benson here from the Frog and Peach Theater Company. Thank you for joining us today. I have here on my Zoom thingy the fabulous Asa Benally. Asa Benally has been our designer for quite some time. Welcome, Asa. Hi.
Thank you.
I really miss you. Asa, the folks would love to know a little bit about your story, a little bit how you came to Frog and Peach, and what you're up to.
Hello, everyone. I'm originally from the Southwest, and I've been on the East Coast for a little over 10 years, I'd say. Actually, it might be more. Oh my gosh. But I originally came to New York for college. So I graduated from the Parsons School of Design with my degree in fashion design. Kind of right before I hooked up with Frog and Peach. And then eventually went to grad school at the Yale School of Drama, and then graduated. Flash forward a few years, back in New York, and currently in Brooklyn.
While you were, after you got your degree at Parsons and while you were studying at Yale, you were back and forth to New York designing shows for us and going to school. It's been like several shows you've designed for us.
Yeah, I think it's been like about 7+ around productions, maybe.
Yeah. And that was both at our Uptown location. Since we've been in the East Village at the Sheen Center, people might not realize how you turned our game around. It was just amazing. I've never seen such a happy group of actors. I've never seen such happy audiences, just bowled over by your brilliant designs. You really turned our game around, ma'am. Tell us a little bit about the Frog and Peach experience. What's it been like for you? When you first came to New York, what was it like looking for a job after you graduated Parsons?
I mean, honestly, like there was the first sort of like year, 2 years out, me and all my friends were like, okay, we just want like the corporate fashion job, and so there was a part of me that was like, oh, should I like go into that, because I just graduated with my fashion degree, but I'm a theater kid through and through. So I think at that time, it was a lot of theater companies in New York. I mean, I don't think anyone was really hiring like, young new designers. And like I had, mentioned earlier, there was just kind of this, people were always like, they were like, okay, what have you done in New York? What have you done in New York? Of course, didn't land any jobs, but I was like, okay, I guess this is just, the rat race of sorts.
And then we met, and it was.
But then yes, and our whole conversation, I don't think you even were mentioned like, okay, what have you done in New York? What are your credentials? Da, 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 da.
What did I say?
But it was like one of the first times where we just talked about the play. We talked about Shakespeare and the text, and what my thoughts were on it, what your thoughts on it, and so we just like had like a conversation about the potential of this world, of these characters, and it was just an honest conversation about the piece. And
what a change you made. Oh golly. We've got reams of wonderful reviews for our productions, but you really helped us turn a corner in terms of costumes. I'm so glad that you've come on as set designer for our recent forays in the East Village at the Sheen Center. You work all the time. You work in regional theater. You work here in New York City. But you keep coming back to Frog and Peach. Can you tell me why that is?
Yes, I can. Yeah, I mean, I have, like worked all over the place, and I think I think what it, comes down to is that, Frog and Peach has been an artistic haven, an artistic home, that I can always come back to. And it's a place for me to explore and create. And I think, that in itself is something that's really important to me. It's something you don't always find in other places. Usually it's like when you have a full schedule, if I'm working on a show out of town, it's like you only have like a very, minimum amount of time. There are just all these like schedules and deadlines. And so I think that, that's just the nature of theater. But
right.
I think kind of looking back on my first production with Frog and Peach, it was fully a space that I could just throw myself into, creating this world with you, of course. And I think, none of that would happen without like our conversations. And I think that, that's always been important too. Just kind of like, how can we make it better, like make it more clear, make it more honest. And of course, we've worked on like all different types of productions. Of course, the Midsummers, then, Macbeth, Measure for Measure. So it's just kind of been amazing just to kind of like delve into like all the works and like explore like a lot of Shakespeare. But then also what's been really important too is that feeling of, the ensemble. It's like there's the players.
That's right. You've been working with the same people for several years. How many times have you dressed Amy? How many times have you dressed some of the folks that have been coming back to work with us, like you, who find Frog and Peach to be an artistic home?
And that's been great. And then, of course, all of the new faces on stage, backstage. It's always been, wonderful, like meeting new people.
Yeah, wonderful. A lot of our audience is always can't quite put their finger on it, but you and I had a conversation not too long ago about the sense of the welcoming presence. Can you tell us about that, about how Frog and Peach makes Shakespeare accessible for New Yorkers of all backgrounds?
Yeah, I think that kind of comes on, many different levels. Because of course the places where we performed are definitely, more intimate. And I think that has certainly helped in terms of like making it more accessible. It's like you're not so distant from the action. Like it's in the East Village space, it's like people are running all around you and you're more, I guess, immersed in it. But I think kind of being able to show people that Shakespeare isn't, something that's like above their heads. I think, through the text in tandem with, the design, has like helped people to realize that, that they can understand it more than they gave themselves credit for.
You're a big part of why that happens, why people think suddenly, oh, this isn't that foreign. This isn't from outer space. I can get this. Your designs are a homage to how Shakespeare is for everybody. And we're all just so grateful. If you want to make a room full of actors really happy, they'll ask you, who's the designer on this? I'll say, Asa. And they're like, yay, yay. It's really gratifying, and audiences too. Asa, thank you so much. We're going to be posting some of your designs online too. I hope that's okay.
Oh, of course, yes.
Wonderful. And folks, please check out Asa on Facebook and Instagram. He's a brilliant designer, and I'm pleased to be able to say I knew him back when. You're just growing up before my eyes. Is just so grateful to have you on board. And we look forward to working together on As You Like It too. Soon, I hope.
I know. I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. I love you, man. I send you big kisses. Folks, you know, Frog and Peach has survived terrorist attacks, natural disasters, Hurricane Sandy, and world financial crises, right, Asa? That was an interesting time.
I forgot about hurricanes. Yeah, that's right.
We're going to survive this too, but if you'd like to pitch in and help out, we'd love to have you join us. It's fun, it's easy. You know, for just $3 a month, you can make a big difference to Frog and Peach. Please check us out online. And Asa, my darling, thanks for sitting down with me. It's always such a treat to chat with you.
Of course, of course.
Mwah, mwah, mwah. I send you kisses. All right, folks. Thanks again. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.